Hi there, my name is James Mars and I will be showing you some of the basics of CEEBot to help guide you through this program that you will be learning the language of C through. So basically CEEBot is a entry-level program for those of you that have no idea about how to program at all, how to code at all, and it teaches you some of the basics of programming in C, which you can then obviously take on further onto some other languages. Although before we get started, I just would like to let you know that it's sort of its own pseudocode, and there are some aspects of CEEBot that you won't necessarily come across in actual higher level languages. So all we've done is we've selected our, before we got here, we selected our class and our student, which as you're a private user, it'll probably just be class 1, student 1. Then you just click through and then you end up with this screen, and you'll probably be shown college. If you are, just click this one to the next of it called standard, and then you'll see a layout like I've got. And then we'll get started. We'll click on introduction 1, landing 1, and then we'll click play. There'll be a brief loading time. You'll get this lovely little movie video, which you can skip in the top right corner, or with escape. And that's what we'll do, because we're not here to watch the movies. You guys can watch the movies on your own. So as you can see on the screen, it says press F1 to get your instructions. So that's what we'll do. So we'll press F1, and as you can see here, there is a brief explanation as to what you're supposed to do for this particular exercise. So here's a little picture of the ant and the robot. So here we go. What you have to do. The robot shooter can be programmed so that it fires and destroys the aliens before they destroy the robot. Notice your robot is currently lined up correctly facing the alien ant in front. All you have to do is fire to destroy it. However, we also need to pay attention to the fact that there is an ant behind us. We also have to destroy this ant, or the mission will not be a success. So initially what we'll do is we'll select the robot by clicking the robot icon, which will be over here in the top left corner. We will then program the robot. To start the editor, we'll click a little button down here, which will become apparent once we click the robot. And then we'll enter this instruction, fire 1, which means that the robot shooter, will fire its cannon for 1 second, and then it will cease. Then the program will end as long as we enter the correct syntax. However, remember, it said we also need to destroy the ant behind you to complete your mission. So we're going to have to throw in a turn. So we're going to have to turn 180 degrees around and then fire at the ant behind the robot. After this successful mission, of course, hopefully a screen will pop up saying mission success, and then it will exit us out of the program and you'd be able to carry on to the next one. So let's give it a go. So this is the button to collect the wheeled shooter. As you can see, our energy levels, our shields are going down. In fact, we're probably going to die, so we'll restart. So yeah, there we go. We've clicked the robot. We've clicked this little selected program dialog box. We open that, pauses the game. As you can see, I've already got a program up here from when I've done it, but we'll get rid of that. Here you see external void object. This is just where your program will sit into. So if you remember, we had to type in fire 1. This makes the robot fire for 1 second, and we'll see what this does. So we'll click OK, and then we'll run the program with this big button. Ant fatally wounded. There you go. Message comes up. Well done. You got one ant. Now try to hit both ants using one program. Restart the exercise and try again. So we'll restart the exercise. Click the robot. Click the dialog box, and the screen will flash white. As you can see, the program has saved our previous input. So we don't have to type it out again, which is very helpful. And now we'll put in the turn function. So as you can see, turn 180. So we'll turn 180 degrees, or this way. I forget which way CEEBot goes. And then to finish it off, we'll pop a fire 1 second in again. And then we will put a semicolon terminator on the end of it. Hold a second. And then after this, we have to put a semicolon terminator at the end, because if we don't put this at the end, this bit here, the program won't finish. It won't register. Actually, the compiler first of all won't even let us run the program. See that compilation OK, 0 errors. Compilation not OK. Semicolon terminator missing. So we'll pop that in, click OK, and then let's go. So one fatally wounded, second one fatally wounded. There we go. Mission accomplished. Well done. And we'll click the tick, and then we can get started on the next one. Hopefully that little brief introduction will give you some idea about CEEBot. It's a good idea to try work out an algorithm beforehand as well. So an algorithm is just a fancy way of saying, what am I going to do? But yeah, so there's the first intro level of CEEBot. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it'll entice you to carry on. Yeah, thank you very much.